Uh, it's 4:16 p.m. Monday, June 21st, 2021. Yeah, I'm a bit perplexed. I'm peeved. I'm peeved. I got an issue. A while ago, I kept thinking that the states are going to have a field day, but the thing is, what I haven't heard, what what the states should have done, and they're not doing it. So I guess I'm going to have to say something about it. Most of the major networks, except for one, seems like, hasn't been mentioning or concerning about the, or if they actually has it, it's been going around the other side of it. Was the election legitimate or was the election not legitimate? And states working on their own bills to make sure that the election did not happen by denying people still access and engaging laws. And I know I said something about this in the first place. And the retaliation of those workers and the governing bodies and the supervisors under attack because they were doing their constitutional job. They were doing their duty. And now we're under, what, a mob rule situation going on? The Republican Party can't even talk about it in the House of Congress. They can't even talk about it among their Republicans, let alone the Senate. And if the Senate happens to bring up something of a voting integrity bill, they don't want to hear about it. We got one freaking Democrat or a pseudo Democrat or pseudo whatever the hell he is holding up the process left and right because he just doesn't like it mentioned. I know he's got his reasons, but is he on a level or is he just there to screw up our home congressional caucus, our home congressional process? What does this person want? What's the senator looking for? A gift bag of sorts? It should have been going through the courts at this point over here, through the district courts of the states suing. But the problem is, I don't hear and seeing this lawsuits happening even by the people. There is no outrage. The people are happy to go through this. I know I talked about this a while ago. But they're more than happy to see this thing because they think it's still democracy. And I'll tell you the truth, they honestly have no clue what democracy is in the first place. Even if you happen to give them a political science book or even a children's book regarding the damn thing, they won't read it. It's too liberal for them. It's an attack. It's a verbal attack on them, but still it's an attack on them. So, we want voter integrity. Fine. We want voter accountability. Fine. We want to make sure everyone votes. Everyone who's legitimate or not. Okay, fine. But you're going to make sure that one party rules everything? Gerrymandering is one thing at this point over here, and limiting everyone else's ability and availability to go. Certain times, certain places, only where you can get to, and only when it's not convenient for other people. That's legitimate. And the thing of it is, I keep saying it's a state versus federal. There should have been more to it than that because we're talking about a federal process being interfered with. That should have bumped it up beyond the state level into the federal level, and the federal won't touch it. So my letter to the House Republicans and Senate Republicans, what the hell's wrong with you morons? Our voting processes are being interfered with left and right. We all have the right to vote, but limiting our options of voting, should that also not be considered as going against the Constitution? I could try addressing this over to the Senate, actually to the House and Senate Democrats, and they're still fighting among themselves at this point over here. So it's bad enough as when you read history books concerning about how the politicians were trying to be in the early portions of American history. They even tried to kill each other. Literally. Or take baseball bats and try to beat the shit out of each other. We can't even do that because we have the Capitol Police over there ready to jump on people left and right. But unfortunately, they got jumped on because of these idiots. And those same Republicans that people keep voting in, who keep thinking that they're fine people to be voted in, deny the whole damn thing ever happened. Practically. And they probably can't even look in the Capitol Police's face. The officers who jumped in between them. They have no shame. They have no couth. But they won't retire. They won't quit. They're there. Out of fear. Either fear of the people or fear of the Trump or of what? They won't do their jobs. They refuse to do their jobs. Even McConnell refuses to do the job. And he don't care. He's been long enough. He's at the point where he just really does not care at this point. I try not to make names. I try not to do names on here because usually it comes up and bites me in the ass. And I have to be aware of the consequences of my own actions every which way. That includes even actions that when I infer the wrath of the Infernal Revenue Service. I have yet to open it. It's not thick enough. But it's scary enough. Every time I keep asking something, I'm going to be getting something from the IRS ready to chomp on my ass. I know, they're there for our financial situations. They're trying to keep the country going by making sure we have enough money going into the system itself. Do we? Do we have enough money going into the system? Are you sure we don't need more money? Do we need to rob and pillage and plunder the little kids in the street now? Bad enough, we got people shooting them. Might as well do that to people as well. I mean, that's how it's turning out, isn't it? We got the same lawmakers over there cowering over everything else left and right. They're afraid to do damn jobs. Gun lobbies got them plastered with fear. It just never ceases to amaze me. Yeah. I don't have a transcript. Okay, hold on. Well, at least they were accurate on some of the information concerning some of my own financial aid situations that they're telling me what I already knew. And I have to hold on to records like these because one of these here days I know these things come out and bite me in the ass. But it's good. It's good that I have records like these because it's important down the road. The process of American government, one way or another, is to make sure that it has proper revenue going into the system, regardless of how much we feel against the system in the first place. We want to make our money, yes, but if we're going to be demanding stuff from the government is demanding stuff from us, which is our money. You have to work on that. In the meantime, the federal government better get off its dead butt and get work started when we need. We need the voting registration. We need need acts regarding our voting not being interfered with in any way, shape, or form. And unfortunately, nobody's bringing it up to the damn court systems, to bring it up to the Supreme Court to make an absolute ruling. Because right now, our lawmakers can't even get off their dead asses to do it, despite the fact they keep saying it. And I've heard people trying to talk about it, but the thing is, they're not talking about it where it counts, in their chambers. Nope, not these guys. So, when they're saying that democracy is dying, yeah, it is. Because the American people have allowed this, and I still blame the American people, because we're the only schmucks out there who continually to give our consent to the concept of a government. Dangerous for me to say this. But we have given our consent to be governed. And it was so mentioned in the Federalist Papers. Federalist Papers 10, if I'm not mistaken. That we have to give our consent to the government in order for the government to either help us or overrule us, according to whichever lunatic you're talking to in the first place. And at this point, a do-nothing Congress, a deadlock Congress, with a majority, what seems like a majority of a Republican Party, seem to be going schizotic and unsure who and what it is anymore. But they're sure that they're afraid of one guy, they're afraid of extremism, and they're afraid of their lives being changed utterly forever by the same extremists who are trying to go after them left and right. There are no compromises. We have to go to war now. We have to have a constant civil war. We've already been having it, we just never acknowledged it. I'm observing all these things. I'm watching all this stuff happening here. When you have QAnon going after people left and right, pushing people left and right, because they don't believe in the government system anymore. They believe in their own form, a weird form of government. It's like, what the hell have we turned ourselves into, boys and girls? What the hell are we anymore? We're no longer in the United States of America. We're now a bunch of rebel rousers who can't even get off their dead asses to get their own damn country working. No, we got to have everyone else to interfere with our country from outside sources such as China, Russia, and anywhere else. And then we got people fearing at the borders left and right, ready to shoot people left and right. We got one state, actually a few states out there, who've actually passed gun laws to shoot people for the fun of it. Well, if they're going to be giving weapons out of 7-Elevens, why not? Why not? Let's make the state laws a way so you can shoot people for free. The people will vote it. They've got a governor out in Texas who's actually signed a law to make people open season by granting a gun, even out of a damn 7-Eleven, without training, without proper authorization, without background screening, without anything. Even a kid can go in there and get a gun. Because everybody got to have a gun. Everybody got to have a gun. Okay, now you can shoot people. Are you making it more necessary to fill up prisons? Or mortuaries or body bags? We've already got mass shootings happening left and right. Now you want more? Apparently we want more. We want more gun sales. The inner right's got to live. The South has got to live. We got to kill people left and right. Okay, how many times I keep watching this damn shit on the news? It still scares the shit out of me because these people have lost their minds and Trump's laughing his ass off at them because he used everybody. But the people also are responsible because they're the ones that got taken. They decided. They decided this was important. So now what do we got? We got exactly what the people have countered for. They want a chaos confusion? They've got it. They want mass murder? They got it. They want a country going downhill? Yeah, blame the other schmuck for it? They got it. Because unfortunately, the generations we've got right now are no longer accepting any responsibility, accountability, or transparency for their own actions at this point. As much as I would love to go off on a tirade right now, It's just simply making me too sick to my stomach to even consider myself an American citizen because I no longer think of myself as an American citizen. I'm a target now. I'm just waiting for the next lunatic to shoot me out of my misery.